Happy New Year's, everybody. Blaine with Zenith here. We're experiencing a beautiful January day out in Highland Park. What we're doing today is a restoration project where we have several pressure washers going, and we're cleaning the exterior of the building right now to bring it back to a more suitable condition, a little bit more curb appeal, get rid of any of those line of sight deficiencies that we've talked about in the past. One thing that I wanted to bring to your guys' attention, it's important during these projects, is the consideration that goes with starting this project and how to really go out there and identify any deficiencies and make sure that everybody's on the same page to avoid any unwanted liabilities or any destruction to the building. If you or your contractor do not take the time up front to walk that building and identify, hey, we're either going to seal these up before we continue with the pressure washing, or we're not, then you have to have some sort of mitigating circumstance, and you have to have a contingency plan thing, because you should document these things. You should really do your due diligence to make sure that the building is being treated accordingly. You can't just inject water into a cavity and not experience any damage. We have a pressure washer that's 4,200 PSI that's pumping out 3.5 gallons of water a minute at that pressure. So can you imagine that kind of pressure just being injected into a control joint, or where the brick is deficient and you have spalling occurring, and then you have that direct pressure penetrating the exterior of the building? All right, why don't you guys follow me? I'm going to show you a little bit of the deficiencies that I was discussing, but it's going to be on an exterior wall. And what we're going to do is just discuss some of the considerations that come into place when you're walking this and before the job actually gets started. So right here, as you can see, you have this sort of exterior parapet wall and the sealant joint right here between the two cast stone pieces. And there's just a giant hole, okay? All that's in there is basically foam. If you put water directly down in there, and especially at that high level of pressure that we discussed earlier, you're going to cause more damage. You're going to break down the sealant, the ability for this cast stone to stay in place. And now below that, what we have here is we have some tuck pointing issues with the mortar of the brick. You can see that it has been repaired with sealant over time. However, due to building movement, age, it's coming apart again. Okay, and I don't know what the repair actually consisted of. I can feel some backer rod behind there, but it's obviously old. And again, we're talking about the same stuff. You can see the brick displacement over here, and you don't want that going on for the building. It's just not good for the building health. It's as simple as that. That damage may be unseen for quite a while, but if you're in a place like this where it's actively trafficked with kids, with adults, there's a lot of people and there's a lot of stuff going on all the time. You don't want to have moisture being poured into that wall. You're going to destroy the building from the inside out. So it's just important that we take the time to identify these things, and so that way we're all on the same page and we're taking care of the asset the best way that it needs to be taken care of.